The national broadsheet, The Australian, is leading with gas and power in short supply. Regulators have warned Victoria, South Australia and Tassie face potential gas shortages, while power supplies in New South Wales and Queensland will be stretched over the next 24 hours, as Jim Chalmers declared a perfect storm of energy price spikes confronted the economy. In an emergency telephone hookup on Wednesday, the Australian Energy Market Operator, which runs the power grid and gas grids in markets around the country, warned that more than 100 industry players that they might be forced to cut gas if the shortfall materialised. Caleb, I'm so sorry, can I send you a Snuggie or something to keep you warm? But this is a really serious issue. I can't believe that we have got to this point. We're now starting to read like we're in the UK or something.
I know, and this is sort of a natural consequence of what we're doing in terms of sanctions with Russia. That's one thing we have to think about. But I think, seriously, we have to stop gas at this point from being exported. Look, if there's a certain amount we can afford to export, then that is all well and good. But we have to think about Australia first. And if you are a gas producer in this country, at this point in time, we should be taking that gas for ourselves. There is no other way around that problem. When you have rising costs, as they are, we know that people at the moment are grappling with massive inflation, low wage rises. That wholesale cost is always passed on to the consumer. There is never a business that absorbs a tax or an increase in their supply costs. It always gets passed on to the consumer. And so this is going to be, you know, we normally talk about this happening in summer, where we have power outages and shortages and all sorts of things, and now it's coming in winter as well. This is one of the most unstable times this country has seen in decades. We cannot overstate that, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, I guess now with the change of government that was installed today, we're going to hear a lot of talk about transitioning, specifically in your state, out of the dirty industries of coal and gas and things like that into renewables. This has probably puts a bit of fear into the lives of a lot of people within Queensland, thinking that they're facing hikes in their power bills, and also the fact that they could be without heating for the next couple of days as well. What's the vibe like there in Queensland about this issue?
Well, I just came back from Sydney and it was freezing down there, and I can tell you it's not that much warmer here in Queensland. So the last thing anyone wants to hear that the electricity is under threat. But look, it comes down to, yes, we're all focused on transitioning. Yes, we all need to transition to a renewable, cleaner energy future. But this is a smack in the face. This is the wake up Australia. This is the reality of what you are doing. You want to bring the renewables on, but we're not ready for that yet. We still need baseload power. We need coal. We need gas. You need the gas-fired plants so you can turn them on to fill in, when the demand is there. And at the moment, as Caleb said, you've got gas that's being exported. You've got gas, the domestic market here. People are under pressure because they need more of it. And you've now got the Origin boss coming out and saying, well, we don't have enough coal to power a coal-fired power station in New South Wales. This is the reality, and this is what the Labor government has walked into.